Introduction: the moment everything changed. You wake up, exhausted. Not the kind of exhaustion that a good night's sleep can fix. The deep, soul-draining kind. The one that makes you question everything. The alarm blares. You reach for your phone, scrolling through emails before your feet even touch the floor. Notifications, reminders, deadlines. It's all there, screaming for your attention. Your to-do list? It's endless. Tasks roll over from yesterday, piling onto today, spilling into tomorrow. Meetings, reports, calls, 100 little things that never seem to end. You tell yourself, just push through. Work harder, stay later, sleep less, hustle more. But then it hits you. Despite all this effort, you're not actually getting ahead. The more you do, the more there is to do. And worst of all, you don't even feel productive. Just busy. This moment, the realization that working more isn't the answer, is a turning point. The moment everything changes. Busyness is not the same as productivity. We live in a world that glorifies busyness. We wear it like a badge of honor. How are you? Someone asks. Busy, we reply, almost with pride, as if being busy means being important. But deep down, you know the truth. Busy doesn't mean effective. Busy doesn't mean successful. Busy doesn't mean fulfilled. Real productivity isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, but better. It's about knowing what actually moves the needle and letting go of everything else. It's about working less and achieving more. And that's exactly what this audiobook will teach you. A mindset shift, not just a strategy. This isn't just another book about time management or productivity hacks, because the problem isn't your planner. It's not your schedule. It's not that you need to wake up earlier or squeeze more into your day. The real problem? How you think about work. By the time you finish this audiobook, you'll see work and success differently. You'll learn how to strip away the unnecessary, focus on what truly matters, and create a life where you're not just doing more, but actually achieving more. Not by working harder, not by sacrificing your health, your sleep, or your happiness, but by working smarter, more intentionally, more purposefully. By the end of this journey, you'll know exactly how to break free from the busyness trap and reclaim your time, energy, and focus. So are you ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1, The Busyness Trap, Why Working More Doesn't Work. Meet Sarah, the hardest worker in the room. Sarah was the kind of person everyone admired. She had built her career from the ground up, working late nights, saying yes to every project, and always pushing herself to do more. Hustle is the key to success, she told herself. If she just worked harder, longer, more, she'd finally break through. And yet, despite the 14-hour workdays, the endless emails, the weekends sacrificed for one last thing, she wasn't seeing results. The promotion she wanted? Always just out of reach. The business growth she expected? Slower than ever. Her to-do list? A monster that never got smaller, only bigger. Sarah was busy. Incredibly busy. But was she actually productive? The hidden addiction to busyness. If Sarah's story feels familiar, you're not alone. Busyness is like a drug. It makes us feel important, in demand, even valuable. Society rewards it. Workplaces expect it. We equate being overwhelmed with being successful. We fill every minute, answer emails at midnight, and measure our worth by how much we do, not by what we actually accomplish. Why? Because busyness feels productive. It gives us a sense of control. It tricks our brain into believing we're making progress, even when we're just spinning our wheels. But here's the ugly truth. Busyness is often a distraction from real success. The shocking truth about diminishing returns. Let's talk about diminishing returns, a concept that most overworked people ignore. Imagine you're lifting weights at the gym. The first few reps are powerful. You feel strong. But as you keep going, exhaustion sets in. Your form weakens. You push harder, but each rep is less effective than the last. The same thing happens with work. At first, working longer might give you more results. But after a certain point, the quality of your work drops. Your focus fades. Your creativity suffers. Your decision-making becomes worse. You start making mistakes. Tasks that should take 30 minutes now take an hour. And ironically, the more hours you work, the less productive you become. You're putting in more effort, but getting fewer results. This is the busyness trap. How to recognize when you're stuck. How do you know if you're trapped like Sarah? You feel exhausted, but not accomplished. Your to-do list never seems to shrink. You work long hours but still feel behind. You mistake activity for progress. You constantly say, I just need more hours in the day. If you nodded to any of these, you're stuck in the cycle. And the worst part, the more you chase productivity by working harder, the further you get from true success. The illusion of productivity versus Tidd's real results. Sarah finally had a wake-up call when she collapsed at her desk one night, exhausted, frustrated, and wondering why all her hard work wasn't paying off. She realized she had spent years measuring success the wrong way. She had confused being busy with being effective. Real productivity isn't about how many tasks you check off. It's about whether you're doing the right tasks. It's about results, not effort. And that's exactly what we're about to fix, because in the next chapter, we'll shatter the myth that hard work alone leads to success and uncover the real secret to achieving more by doing less. Are you ready? Let's go. Chapter 2, The Essentialist Mindset, How to Focus on What Truly Matters. What if you had to cut 90% of your tasks? Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning and everything has changed. Your phone is wiped clean. No notifications, no emails, no endless to-do list. A voice tells you, you can only do 10% of what you normally do. Choose wisely. What do you pick? Do you rush to check emails? Start that long overdue report? Jump into back-to-back meetings? Or do you pause and ask yourself, what actually moves the needle? Most people wouldn't know where to start. Because here's the truth. Our lives are cluttered with unnecessary tasks, obligations, and distractions that feel important, but aren't. So let's talk about why we keep ourselves so busy and how to break free. The 80-20 principle and how most people get it wrong. You've probably heard of the 80-20 rule, the idea that 80% of your results come from just 20% of your efforts. But here's the part most people miss. If 20% of what you do brings 80% of your results, then the rest of what you do is either marginally useful or completely useless. Let that sink in. Most of us spend our days reacting, answering emails, sitting in endless meetings, saying yes to every request, when only a small fraction of what we do actually drives real impact. So ask yourself, what's my 20%? What are the few things that, if done well, would make everything else easier or unnecessary? Because if you don't decide what's essential, someone else will decide for you. Success is more about what you don't do than what you do. Think about the world's top athletes, artists, and entrepreneurs. They're not just great at what they do, they're great at what they don't do. Steve Jobs used to wear the same outfit every day. Why? He didn't want to waste mental energy on small decisions. Warren Buffett avoids unnecessary meetings. Jeff Bezos focuses on long-term vision, not daily distractions. They eliminate. Busyness is a trap. The more you do, the more you're expected to do. But the truly successful people, they subtract. They cut the noise. They focus. So what can you remove from your life right now? Useless meetings? Mindless scrolling? Saying yes to things out of guilt? Make a list. Then start cutting. The power of saying no without guilt. Let's be honest. Saying no is uncomfortable. We don't want to disappoint people. We don't want to seem unhelpful. But every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something that truly matters. Here's a simple rule. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Still struggle with saying no? Try this. Buy time. Let me think about it and get back to you. Offer an alternative. I can't do that, but I can help with X instead. Be direct but kind. I appreciate the offer, but I have to focus on my priorities right now. Saying no isn't selfish. It's necessary if you want to achieve real success. Mental clarity exercises to identify your real priorities. Let's do an experiment. Close your eyes and imagine it's a year from now. You've eliminated the distractions. You've focused only on what truly matters. Your life feels lighter. Your work is more impactful. You wake up feeling in control. Now, ask yourself, what are you working on? What's bringing you the most success and fulfillment? What did you have to give up to get here? Write it down, because that is your essential work. That is what deserves your time, energy, and attention. Everything else, let it go. Final thought. Essentialism isn't about doing more. It's about doing less better. If you want to achieve more, you don't need more effort. You need more focus. So here's your challenge. Starting today, eliminate just one thing from your life that doesn't truly serve you. Just one. And see what happens. Because when you stop doing what doesn't matter, you free yourself to focus on what does. And that is the real secret to success. Chapter 3. Deep Work and the Science of Laser Focus. The distracted office worker versus the master of focus. Picture this. Two people sit at their desks, side by side. The first, Mark, starts his day with a quick email check, but a Slack notification pops up. He clicks it. Then, a coworker swings by for a quick chat. Mark nods along, but his mind is already shifting to a report he needs to finish. Before he gets started, his phone buzzes. A message from a friend. He responds. By the time he refocuses, an hour has passed. His to-do list remains untouched, his brain scattered. The second, Sarah, arrives, puts on noise-canceling headphones and sets a timer. She checks emails for 10 minutes, then closes her inbox. Her phone is in another room. She opens her document, sets her intention for the next 2 hours, and dives in. There are no distractions, only the work. The world outside disappears. By noon, Mark has barely made progress, jumping between half-finished tasks. Sarah, however, has completed a major project and is already planning her next deep work session. The difference? One lets distractions control them. The other controls their attention. The hidden cost of multitasking. It's worse than you think. Most people believe multitasking makes them more productive. It doesn't. Studies show that when you switch between tasks, your brain lags. It takes time to refocus, sometimes up to 23 minutes to regain full concentration. Multiply that by every email check, every phone buzz, every Slack message, and you're losing hours every day. Multitasking isn't efficiency, it's self-sabotage. Flow state, how to train your brain for deep, uninterrupted work. Have you ever been so absorbed in something that time seemed to vanish? That's flow state. When your brain is fully engaged, distractions fade, and you perform at your highest level. Getting into flow isn't random. It's a skill you can train. Here's how. Eliminate distractions. Silence notifications. Close unnecessary tabs. And create a focused environment. Set a clear goal. Define exactly what you're working on. Your brain thrives on clarity. Challenge yourself. The task should be difficult enough to engage you, but not so hard that it overwhelms you. Use timed focus sessions. Work in 60 to 90-minute sprints with short breaks. Your brain works best in cycles. Mastering flow makes deep work effortless. The 3 rules of laser focus. To sustain deep focus, follow these 3 principles. 1. Single tasking is king. Work on one thing at a time. No switching. No checking messages. Just full immersion. 2. Create a focus ritual. Train your brain to recognize focus time. Maybe it's putting on headphones, using a specific playlist, or lighting a candle. Consistency is key. 3. Guard your attention ruthlessly. Distractions will always try to pull you in. Your job is to say no. Time blocking for creative breakthroughs. If you don't schedule deep work, it won't happen. Time blocking solves this. Instead of reacting to tasks, proactively schedule blocks of uninterrupted work. Treat them like important meetings. No interruptions, no emails, no calls. Block 90-minute deep work sessions in the morning when your brain is sharpest. Use the afternoons for shallow tasks, emails, meetings, admin work. End the day with a shutdown routine to prepare for the next. Final thought, focus isn't a talent, it's a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. So here's your challenge. Pick one thing today and give it your full, undivided attention. No distractions, no multitasking, just deep, focused work. Because the ability to focus is the superpower of the 21st century. Chapter 4, Mastering Time and Energy for Peak Performance. What if you started every day fully energized? Imagine waking up feeling sharp, focused, and in control. No sluggishness, no brain fog, just pure energy to tackle what matters most. Now, think about your usual mornings. Are you reaching for coffee just to feel functional? Dragging through your to-do list, hoping for a burst of motivation? If so, the problem isn't time management, it's energy management. Because peak performance isn't about squeezing more hours out of the day, it's about making your best hours count. Why time management is overrated and energy management is the real secret. For years, we've been told that success is about managing time. But here's the truth. Time is fixed. Energy is flexible. You can plan the perfect schedule, but if you're exhausted, distracted, or burned out, your time blocks mean nothing. High performers don't just organize their tasks, they structure their energy to maximize performance. That means working with your natural rhythms instead of fighting them. The biological rhythms of peak performance. When you should schedule deep work. Your brain isn't wired for constant productivity. It runs on ultradian rhythms, 90 to 120-minute cycles of peak focus, followed by dips in energy. Here's how to work with your body, not against it. 1. Identify your peak performance window. Most people have their sharpest mental energy in the morning, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is prime time for deep, focused work. 2. Schedule low-energy tasks in the afternoon. Meetings, admin work, and emails fit best during the post-lunch slump, 1 p.m., 3 p.m. 3. Use evening hours for creativity and reflection. Many people get a second wind in the evening. Use this time for brainstorming or learning. If you schedule tasks based on your energy, you get more done with less effort. The magic of structured breaks. Why the most productive people rest more. Want to know the secret weapon of elite performers? They take more breaks. Work in 90-minute cycles, then take a break. Your brain follows this rhythm naturally. Take 5 to 10-minute micro breaks every hour. Stand up, stretch, walk, anything to reset your focus. Use the 3-2-1 rule. Every 3 hours, take a longer 20-minute break. Every 2 hours, step away from screens. Every 1 hour, move your body. When you rest strategically, your brain recharges faster. The sleep effect. How rest is the ultimate productivity hack. If you're sleeping less than 7 hours a night, you're operating at a cognitive deficit. Less sleep, slower thinking, weaker memory, and more mistakes. Deep sleep boosts creativity and problem solving. Well-rested people work faster and make better decisions. Want to upgrade your sleep for peak performance? Try this. Stick to a sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Avoid screens an hour before bed. Blue light disrupts melatonin production. Keep your room cool and dark. Your body sleeps best at 60 to 67 Fahrenheit, 16 to 19 degrees. Final thought. If you want to perform at your best, stop chasing time. Start managing your energy. Here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, track your energy levels. Notice when you feel sharpest, when you hit a slump, and when you naturally regain focus. Then adjust your schedule accordingly. Because when you align your work with your energy, everything changes. Chapter 5, Simplicity and Systems, How High Achievers Work Less. The daily routine of a highly effective person. Imagine two professionals. Both have the same job, the same number of hours, and similar responsibilities. But one is constantly overwhelmed, buried under emails, racing between meetings, and working late into the night. The other? Calm, focused, in control. Their workday feels effortless. They finish on time, have mental space for creativity, and rarely feel rushed. What's the difference? Systems. High achievers don't rely on willpower or motivation. They design their days to remove friction, eliminate wasted effort, and make success automatic. Let's break down how they do it. The hidden power of routines. Most people spend too much time deciding what to do instead of just doing it. That's why top performers use routines, structured habits that remove decision fatigue and free up mental energy. Morning. Prime your mind. Many start their day with movement, journaling, or deep focus work before checking emails. Midday. Protect peak hours. They schedule their hardest work when they have the most energy, usually mornings. Evening. Shut down properly. A clear end-of-day routine helps them recharge for the next day. By automating their workflow, they save energy for what truly matters. Automation and delegation, the secret weapons of top performers. High achievers don't do everything themselves. Instead, they use two powerful strategies. 1. Automate repetitive tasks. Use tools, templates, and systems to cut out manual effort, e.g., scheduling software, email filters, auto-responses. 2. Delegate anything that doesn't require your expertise. If someone else can do it 80% as well as you, let them. The question isn't, how can I do this? It's, how can this get done without me? The 1-minute rule, a game changer for small tasks. Here's a simple rule that eliminates clutter and procrastination. If something takes less than 1 minute to do, Do it immediately. Respond to that quick email. File that document. Put away your coffee cup. Small tasks pile up when ignored. The 1-minute rule keeps them from becoming distractions. The minimalist workday blueprint. Want to simplify your workday? Try this. 1. Start with a clear plan. Write down your top 3 priorities for the day, no more. 2. Batch similar tasks. Group emails, calls, and admin work together instead of scattering them throughout the day. 3. Time block deep work. Set aside uninterrupted time for high-impact tasks. 4. Use a shutdown ritual. Set a hard stop for work and stick to it. Final thought. Success isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. Here's your challenge. Pick one system to simplify your workday, whether it's a new routine, automation, or delegation. Because when you master simplicity, you unlock true productivity. Chapter 6, The Digital Detox, How to Reclaim Your Attention. Imagine a world where your phone doesn't control you. You wake up, but instead of reaching for your phone, you take a deep breath. No notifications, no endless scrolling, just a clear mind, ready to start the day. Now, compare that to reality. The first thing you do is check your phone. Before you know it, 30 minutes are gone, and your brain is already overloaded. The modern world is designed to steal your attention. But what if you could take it back? The dopamine trap. Why social media and notifications hijack your brain. Your brain wasn't built for infinite scrolling. Every time you check your phone, your brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel good. Likes, comments, and messages create a reward loop. The more you check, the more you crave. Before you know it, you're addicted. The problem? Constant digital stimulation fragments your focus, makes deep work impossible, and leaves you feeling drained. The solution isn't to quit technology, it's to control it before it controls you. The 24-hour digital reset, a must-try challenge. Want to see how much of your time is lost to screens? Try this challenge. For one full day, eliminate all non-essential digital distractions. That means no social media, no unnecessary notifications, no mindless browsing. Instead, use your time for deep work, creativity, and real-world experiences. By the end of the day, you'll realize how much mental clarity you've been missing. Taming email and messages, how to stop drowning in communication. Most people spend their days reacting to messages instead of focusing on real work. Here's how to take control of your inbox. 1. Batch emails and messages. Check them at set times instead of constantly reacting. 2. Use templates. Save time by automating repetitive responses. 3. Unsubscribe ruthlessly. If it's not essential, get rid of it. Every message you don't read or send is time you reclaim. The focus ritual, a simple habit to protect your attention. Before you start any deep work, do this. 1. Turn off all notifications. Silence your phone and put it out of reach. 2. Set a timer for distraction-free work. Even 25 minutes of deep focus beats hours of multitasking. 3. Protect your environment. Use noise-canceling headphones or find a quiet space. Your attention is your most valuable asset. Guard it like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Final thought. The world is full of distractions, but the most successful people aren't smarter, they're just more focused. Your challenge, try the 24-hour digital reset and see what happens. Because when you reclaim your attention, you reclaim your life. Chapter 7, How to Work Less and Still Get Promoted or Grow Your Business. The counterintuitive truth, working less can make you more successful. Imagine 2 employees. Employee A works 60-hour weeks, always busy, always tired. Employee B works 35 hours but consistently delivers high-impact results. Who do you think gets promoted? Most people assume working longer equals more success. But the truth is, overworking can actually make you replaceable. If you're always busy with small tasks, you become just another cog in the machine. But if you work strategically, focusing only on high-value tasks, you become indispensable. Why overworking can make you replaceable, and what to do instead. Companies don't reward effort, they reward impact. Overworking leads to burnout and mistakes, less creative thinking, a reputation for being just a hard worker instead of a strategic thinker. Instead, shift your focus to results over effort, deliver outcomes, not just hours. Delegation, outsource low-impact tasks. Visibility. Make sure your best work gets noticed. The less but better principle, used by top CEOs and entrepreneurs. The world's most successful leaders don't do more. They do less but better. Elon Musk eliminates unnecessary meetings to focus on engineering. Warren Buffett spends most of his time thinking, not working. Oprah Winfrey delegates everything except her core genius. How can you apply this? 1. Identify your 20%, the few things that drive 80% of your success. 2. Cut or automate the rest. Meetings, emails, low-value tasks. 3. Prioritize deep work. Protect time for high-impact projects. How to negotiate a flexible work schedule without losing credibility. Want to work fewer hours but still get ahead? You need to prove your value first. Here's how. 1. Show results before asking. If your work speaks for itself, flexibility is easier to justify. 2. Position it as a win-win. Explain how fewer hours will improve your performance and output. 3. Start with a trial period. Suggest a temporary adjustment to test productivity gains. Most managers don't care about hours, they care about impact. Show them you can deliver more by working less. The psychology of perceived productivity. Why looking busy matters less than results. Many people think appearing busy is the key to success. But in reality, the people who move up are those who solve big problems, make their work visible, focus on high-value tasks. Instead of staying late to impress your boss, become the person who consistently delivers. When you do that, no one will care how many hours you worked. Final thought. Success isn't about working more, it's about working smarter. Your challenge. Cut one low-value task from your day and replace it with deep work. You'll be amazed at how much more you achieve while working less. Conclusion. Designing your essentialist life. Close your eyes and imagine. You wake up each morning feeling clear, focused, and in control. Your schedule is no longer overflowing with endless tasks. You've cut the noise and only focus on what truly matters. You work less, but achieve more. You have time for deep work, creativity, and rest. This isn't just a dream. It's what happens when you embrace essentialism. The compounding effect of small changes over time. Success doesn't come from one big change. It comes from small, consistent improvements. Eliminate one distraction today. Say no to one unnecessary task. Block time for deep work. Prioritize rest and energy. These small shifts, repeated daily, create a massive transformation over time. Your Essentialist Manifesto, a simple way to commit. Essentialism is a mindset, a way of living, a commitment to less but better. Write your own Essentialist Manifesto, a simple statement to guide your decisions. I choose to focus on what truly matters. I eliminate distractions that don't serve me. I work smarter, not harder. I protect my time, energy, and attention. I measure success by impact, not busyness. Print it. Read it daily. Live by it. A final challenge. Are you ready to take action? Now, it's your turn. Don't just think about essentialism. Live it. Eliminate one non-essential task today. Say no to something that doesn't align with your goals. Commit to a simpler, more focused way of working. The choice is yours. Stay stuck in the cycle of busyness, or break free and design a life of true impact. Are you ready?